morning, everyone. How are you today? Good morning. So welcome to the beautiful and historic Embassy Theater. I'm Kelly Updike, the Executive Director, and thank you for coming here on this beautiful and historic day as we celebrate the start of construction for our vision for the Embassy project. We have worked long and hard to get here. We are here today thanks to so many people. From those who worked hard to save the building 40 years ago, to those of you who work hard to support its operations and the capital project we are celebrating today. It is my pleasure to start the festivities by introducing the President of the Embassy's Board of Directors, Marla Peters.
Hello everyone, and as Kelly said, thank you so much for being here today to celebrate with us. I'm going to say a few words about the path that brought our organization to where we are today with our Vision Project. But before I do that, I do want to say hi to my son Alex, who I can't see the balcony, but I'm pretty sure he's up there, as part of the SCORE program, which is an amazing 3-week camp that we have here at the Embassy where middle school age students actually write, direct, and perform their own musical. And it's just an example of some of the wonderful things we have here at the Embassy and why I'm so excited today to be able to talk about the fact that we're going to be able to do even more of those type of programs with the completion of our Vision Project. So I have been fortunate, along with my fellow board members and many former board members and volunteers, to be part of the Embassy during a really exciting time of our history, an exciting time of downtown development. Plans for revitalizing the upper floors of the Indiana Hotel really began back about 5 years ago when we completed the walkway project of the 3rd floor of the former Indiana Hotel that connects the Courtyard Marriott to the Embassy and also to the Grand Wayne Center so that people don't have to go outside during weather like we're having today or like the winter we just had. And that project actually provided us with access to the upper floors of the hotel that had been vacant for 40 years. So the organization set about figuring out what would be the best use of those floors. We began dreaming about what the possibilities were. And after much deliberation and careful research and interviews and discussions with community leaders, we arrived upon the vision that we're going to be talking about here today. It's going to turn every inch of the building here and the neighboring building, even the roof, into a vibrant, thriving entertainment venue for our community. It's going to include an elegant grand ballroom, a rooftop garden, classrooms, rehearsal space, many wonderful things. And I'm personally trying to think of an excuse to have a party here as soon as the doors open. So hopefully you will all think along those lines as well. So with our vision in hand, we began discussions with the Goldstein Foundation, and they embraced the idea and the concept and supported it with a generous lead gift that we're going to be talking more about later. And that really gave us the fuel and the energy to move forward with the project. So now, after many years of hard work by many people and an outpouring of support by our community and the donors who supported this, we're here today to kick off our exciting project. And again, thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Marla. The Embassy is an important place in our community, and we have a great supporter of our work in Mayor Tom Henry. So please welcome Mayor Henry to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tony. I'm taking off my suit coat because I understand that we have some work to do this morning. This is not where it ends, as far as I'm concerned. Many people in front of me, those behind me, all stepped up for our city some time ago and said our downtown Fort Wayne will not be denied what is truly theirs. And that is to capture the imagination, the innovation, the creativity of our community when it comes to showing off a gem in our city. That is truly what the Embassy has been, continues to be. And thanks to a lot of donors, a lot of philanthropic people, a lot of foundations, This is what it is today, and it's truly one of the finest theaters in this country as far as I'm concerned. And now we're going to take it a step further. We're going to start off by knocking down a wall today. And then it begins. Now we have an additional part of our community we need to show off. To be able to raise the amount of money that's been raised to make this possible in such a short period of time is phenomenal. I know Kelly and I have talked on numerous occasions, and she was a little worried there for a while, but she never gave up. And that's the kind of perseverance I think we have here in Fort Wayne. And I'm going to be more happier than ever to be able to take other mayors, other government officials, visitors to our community, to what's going to be such an added element to our downtown that I really can't wait for this to get done. So I'm going to try to participate today, and we'll get it rolling. So thank you all so much for being here today. It's a magnificent day for the city of Fort Wayne. And again, we're adding an additional step to the building of our downtown, a real showcase for the state and for the Midwest. So thank you all.
As Mayor Henry said, our big dream, and for the embassy as well as the community, came with a big price tag, calling for us to raise more money than we had ever raised before. We had one person who, and this is the truth, raised her hand to volunteer, saying she would like to help lead us through the capital campaign. We've spent many, many hours learning and obtaining donations together and becoming good friends. It is my honor to introduce Carolyn Brody, an Embassy board member and co-chair of the Vision for the Embassy Capital Campaign.
Thank you, Kelly. Marla talked about this project starting 5 years ago, kind of with the strategic planning. We actually started fundraising 2 years ago with a fabulous lead gift from the Goldstein Foundation of $2 million. And Steve Wessner, thank you for that. Thank you to Bob Goldstein and the members of the committee. We also formed a capital campaign committee. You will meet those wonderful individuals, some of which I strong-armed into service, and I apologize for that. Our goal was to raise $6 million in philanthropy. We are now at $5.8 million. And we are also receiving public money from the mayor so generously and the city council. So far we have $1.5 million in public dollars from TIF and Legacy for a total now of $7.3 million. We did it! And we're going to continue to fundraise though. We still have a little bit of way to go. And one of our gracious donors who has already given a gift is issuing a challenge gift of up to $15,000, and that is Mr. Mark Lumschneider, who is on our capital campaign. So he will graciously match up to $15,000 in gifts for those that contribute. So we ask you to please consider that, and as you hear about the project, and help us get to that $6 million goal. And of course, we have pledge cards today to hand to you. So, this was definitely a team effort and a community effort with all kinds of people and committees, and I want to personally thank everyone that has participated in making this a reality. Thank you.
When we started thinking about the opportunity to renovate the former hotel floors, we were encouraged by the Robert Goldstein Foundation board members and their administrator, Sharon Peters, to think big and to be bold. They challenged us in ideas and in fundraising, and all with great good hearts, to honor Bob's spirit and his love for the embassy. Please welcome our good friend Steve Wessner, chairman of the board of the Robert Goldstein Foundation.
Thank you, Kelly. Bob Goldstein did a lot to make Allen County a better place to live and work during his lifetime. Among Bob's priorities were downtown preservation and redevelopment, the arts, and theater, and music. Bob was an accomplished pianist and organist and loved the grand Page organ here at the Embassy. Bob and several of his organ enthusiasts, some here today, spent hours weekly preserving and maintaining the organ in the Embassy when the building was owned by out-of-town theater operators and the roof leaked, the plaster up there was on the seats, and the heat only worked occasionally. As you all know, Bob was a driving force and community organizer to save the Embassy from the wrecking ball. Bob not only expended a lot of time and energy to save the theater and the organ, but did a lot financially. It was not difficult for the directors of Bob's Foundation to give significant annual support to the Embassy, but it was obvious to us that something had to be done to make the Embassy self-sufficient once the Goldstein Foundation no longer existed. Kelly Updike and her board spent countless hours devising a plan to make the Embassy self-supporting. When they put together the current plan and were able to get Carolyn Brody and Gary Wasson to be co-chairs of the fundraising, it was an easy decision for the Goldstein Foundation to make the lead grant of $2 million. To kick off the project, which will be able to sustain and maintain the entire facility and continue to help make Fort Wayne grow and prosper. Thank you, and don't forget, with all those impressive figures, there's still more money needed.
Many foundations, businesses, and individuals have come forward to share their treasures, time, and talents with the Embassy to make our vision a reality. Gary Wasson, who retired not long ago, is actually not retired from volunteering at all. He is an Embassy board member who also is co-chair of the Vision for the Embassy campaign. Gary's going to announce some special gifts to the Embassy. Gary.
Thank you, Kelly. I just want to take this opportunity to thank those donors who we were able to recognize with some significant naming opportunities in the building, and you are seated in the Bob Goldstein Auditorium, which now will carry Bob's name as the Robert Goldstein's Auditorium. Other naming opportunities, Parkview will now have their name on the rooftop garden. The Journal-Gazette Foundation will have the Lessons Learning Center. Chuck and Lisa Shurek and Sweetwater Sound dressing rooms. The Tower Bank Theater lobby bars. The Star Bank box office. And the John A. Mann Heritage Center and the Ambassador Enterprises boardroom are all examples of facilities that now will bear our donors' names and recognition. There are still some other opportunities out there. We still have some things that need names, and we can match them up with those pledge cards out in the lobby. But we want to thank all of you on behalf of the Capital Campaign and the board and the Embassy for all of your support. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's the speechifying part, just in case you were worried about where we were going. We talked quite a while about how to celebrate construction with you today, because we aren't actually breaking ground for the renovation, and in fact, we don't own any ground except what you're sitting on top of. So, to the great delight of the Wigan construction crew, we decided that we should get to be able to do exactly what is happening right now on those upper floors. Create a little demolition of our own. We have invited some of you to take a swing at a bit of Embassy history. So let's see what kind of controlled damage we can do. All right, we're going to open the curtain, and we're going to get the podium out of the way, and we're going to set the stage for the wall breaking. You're going to come and take your chairs. a news channel microphone, so I don't know who wants to take that from me. We're gonna need to make some room. All right, so while we're setting the stage for the wall breaking, I'm gonna run through how this works. I will call on community dignitaries to come to the stage, and if you would please use the stairs at my left and your right. And they're gonna pull the curtain at some moment here in time, and we're gonna have a big unveil. This is live theater. Ooh. All right, so when I call your name, we're going to have about 4 groups of folks. We're going to ask you to come up on the stairs and take a hammer, and this is specifically a 3-pound engineer's sledgehammer donated to us by Do It Best, and we really appreciate that. Gary and Carolyn are going to be handing out a hammer to you. You're going to step to the wall, and we're going to pause. We're not going to swing yet, we're going to pause. This is the part where I got really nervous, if you can tell. We're going to pause because we need to record this for history, because we are making history today. We're going to have our picture taken by Corey. Corey's over here. So we're going to take our picture with our hammers, and then I'm going to count it down, and we're going to take a swing after that. And then we're going to break this wall down. And again, this is live theater. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. We did not rehearse this part. All right. So I'm going to start with the first group. That includes Mayor Tom Henry. Marla Peters is our board chair. Jim Marcaselli, if he's here, is our honorary campaign chair. Was not sure if he could make it today. Steve Wessner from the Goldstein Foundation and our significant gift donor. Mike Patnett from Parkview is our big business gift. Bob Nickerson is an Embassy Foundation founder and also a campaign donor. Chuck Chapman is an Embassy volunteer usher, and he's here in his burgundy jacket in case you forgot what they look like. He's also a campaign donor, he and his wife. Carolyn Brody is our campaign co-chair, and Gary Wasson, our campaign co-chair, and then there's me. So we're gonna get everybody up here, and we're gonna pose. Whatever pose you like, Marla. You're gonna help me. All right. We're gonna take a picture. You're gonna swing, all right? 3, 2, 1, swing. Thank you, Brian. All right. Thank you very much. And some of you may be up here again. We're recording this for history. Okay, we would like to have our Capital Campaign Cabinet members come up and take a swing. This is like fun, right? All right. Jim Marcaselli was our honorary chair, Carolyn Brody, Gary Wasson, Don Andorfer, Jane Ellen Borden, Tom Borney, Gil Haney, Tom Skiba, Mark Olmschneider, Al Zacher. Steve Linsenmeyer is our development director. And we'll give him a moment to get up here again. And they're getting their 3-pound engineer hammer from Do It Best. All right, we're going to pose for a picture. Yay. on my count, you're going to find a spot, your favorite spot. All right, thank you, Corey. All right, are you ready to take a swing? On 3, 2, 1, swing. All right, we would love to acknowledge folks who gave some of the lead gifts from the City Council, which graciously provided legacy funds to us. I think Marty Bender is here as the president of the council. If not, I saw Tom Didier just sitting down there. Tom, you want to come up? Tom Didier from our City Council. Would love to take a swing. Steve McElhoe is the City of Fort Wayne Redevelopment Commission. We received TIF funds. Chuck Surak, Sweetwater Sound, and Chuck and Lisa Surak. Gil Haney is going to represent the Journal-Gazette Foundation. Mary Ann Zimbo is representing the Wilson Foundation, English Bonner Mitchell Foundation, and PNC Charitable Trust. Mike Cahill is representing Tower Bank. Joe Martin is representing Star Bank. Gail Mann, the John and Gail Mann Foundation. And Diane Humphrey. And we got a couple more. You're fine. Now your goal is not to completely knock it down yet, okay? We got one more group. All right. We're going to pose for a picture. Thank you. All right, are you ready to take a swing? Find your spot. All righty. 3, 2, 1, swing. I don't know. What do you think? Thank you. All right, the next group is pretty big. It's our Embassy Board and the Construction Task Force. So we've got Marla Peters is our president, Chris Gomez is our vice president, Rick Maples is our treasurer, Tom Barfeld is our secretary, Kimberly Amick, Ryan Bergdahl, Tom Borney, Carolyn Brody, Tim Durnell, Suzanne Anger, Scott Federoff, Christopher Guerin, Sister M. Elise Chris, Doug Nelson, Jeff Potter, Tim Rooney, Jeremy Sink, Brad Sturgis, Pon Vongfanchong, Gary Wasson, Keitha Wessner, and Deborah Woodruff. You guys are going to need to be close friends today. Watch where you're putting the hammer. So our debate was, are you swingers? Are you hammerers? Are you wall breakers? What do you think? All right, you guys are going to have to get a little closer. Maybe turn for the picture. Thank you. All right, you need to find a spot to hit. That's the wall. Board meetings do not look like this. All right, on my count. 3, 2, 1, swing it. Very good. Thank you. All right. Well, now that we've taken a swing at history, we want to show you what all the fuss is about. So we would like Carolyn, Gary, Larry Wygand of Wycan Construction, and Dick Moak of Moak Park Group, and some Wycan crew to come forward, and we're going to get this old stuff out of the way. Okay, this is also the live theater part. Well, we need Larry and Dick. Because if this doesn't work right, we decided we were blaming Larry. So you're supposed to laugh on that part, sorry. All right. All right. On my count, are we ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, give it a shot. There it goes. Come on, push harder. And that's how we're going to end it, with a big bang. So thank you very much for coming to today's ceremony. You are making history at the embassy today. Please remember that, and we could not have done it without you. And we look forward to showing off our new spaces to you in 2015 as we work through construction. And thank you very much for coming. It means a lot to us. Thank you.